What's up, YouTube? What's up, Facebook? And who else is watching? This is Chandler coming from Classic Care Services, and I'm going to do a video real quick about investing in yourself. I'm coming from my shop. Obviously, I just got done working in the field. Had a good day today, and I've got the truck back into the shop, and about to go get a haircut, get this trimmed up and everything else. So, as always, guys, I'd like to let you know that my videos are real and it's not rehearsed. So, just sharing some thoughts that I had today. But this was inspired by a conversation that I had with a couple buddies of mine the other day when we were discussing a particular subject. And it just popped in my head or in my heart. And it just came out. It just came out. So it's something that was in me, but it just came out. So the subject of this video is, if you're not willing to spend your last dime on yourself, then you're not ready to improve. And I'll say it again. So if you're not willing to spend your last dime on yourself, then you're not ready to improve. And so that kind of popped in my heart and in my mind and came out of my mouth. So that's how it works, right? So whatever's in you is going to come out of your mouth. And we was like, wow, because we were discussing something that we were going to buy. A friend of mine was going to buy something. He had a good day or a good week or something. He was going to buy something. And then the other colleague was like, man, you spending your money faster as soon as you get it. Why? I mean, golly, y'all just keep me spending money on stuff. You know, why are you buying it? Why are you buying this? And I was like, hold up. What is wrong with him buying with what he needs or what he wants? I mean, is he supposed to wait on somebody else to get it? I mean, what is the money for? To just put it in the bank so the bank can get interest on it? So they can live the way they want to? And I was like, if you started out with nothing, then how are you going to get something if you don't go out and make the money and spend the money to buy what you need? If you started with nothing, then how are you going to get something if you don't spend your money? So, I mean, it seems like common sense, and it is common sense. But that's the way some of us in this cleaning industry operate. We have people brag about putting money in the bank. I don't spend money on nothing, and I pay cash for everything, and that's fine and dandy. But if you're not investing in yourself, they even scoff at education. Formal education is important. Experience is important. Learning from others is important. But formal education is important too. And they put it down because probably not formally educated or whatever the reason it is, but you can't put all that down because all that stuff is important. But if you started with nothing, then how are you going to gain anything? That's the question I pose to some of these cleaners out here. If somebody is telling you, why are you buying that? Why are you buying that nice tool? Why are you buying that truck? Why are you buying that? If you wasn't born with it, if somebody didn't give it to you, then how else are you going to get it? And the reason why I bring that up, to me, it's elementary. But sometimes we don't realize how our thinking and how our rationalization of things hold us down. I'm giving you this. Nobody gave me this truck. Nobody gave me this office. Nobody gave me these tools in here. I had to work to earn the money to buy it. So if I need a tool, if I need a particular vehicle, I'm gonna buy it. Because you're gonna spend the money on something anyway. There's nothing wrong with saving money. But you gotta buy what you need to buy. You have to invest in yourself in order for you to be able to receive to yourself. And so we have in this industry, in this cleaning industry, such a poverty mentality. We're so afraid to invest in ourselves. I, I can take myself for an example. Back in 2018, also going into 2019, I might have spent $10,000, $15,000 on myself, maybe more than that, traveling, educating myself, learning under others, learning under people who I believed I could learn something from. And this is March 2019. The last 2 weeks of this month, I'll be traveling, doing the same thing. Classic Care will be shut down for about 10 days while I'm learning to get better. And when I come back, I'm going to be better because I am willing to invest in myself. It's one story that I always remember, and I'll read it to you guys. And this is about, and if this is in the Holy Bible, in the it's actually in the New Testament under Matthew, 25th chapter, and it talks about, it's a parable of the talents, okay? And under the talents is really gives you an example of how life goes, and the pattern to it, right? So the ignorant thing is when you see people who don't learn from others. We don't learn from the past. We don't learn from our parents. We don't learn from our friends. We don't learn from our colleagues. Or if we do, and if, wow, that's loud out there. But if we do, we might be learning from the wrong people, or we refuse to learn from the right people, or we don't want to learn from people who make us feel uncomfortable. See, sometimes people who make you feel uncomfortable are the people you probably need to be around, because they might be challenging you. So the parable of the talents starts this way. The kingdom of heaven is like a man. So this is a parable about the kingdom of heaven and how the universe works, if you believe this. The kingdom of heaven is like a man who was leaving on a trip. He called his servants, handed his possessions over to them. To one he gave 5 valuable coins, and to another he gave 2, and to another he gave 1. He gave to each servant according to that servant's ability. Then he left on his journey. See, guys, instead of spending so much time on worrying about what somebody else is doing, work according to your abilities. Because your reward for what you do with what you have and who you are and what you're capable of doing and what you're capable of imagining, what you're capable of believing in, is going to be the same reward for someone else that's done something 10 times greater than what you've done. It's not based off of one's abilities and talents or one's ability to gain possessions, one's ability to do something bigger than the other. No, the secret to it all is being faithful over what you have and believing what you have. Because when you have faith, you'll invest in yourself. You're not going to worry about if I'm going to lose that investment. How can you lose on yourself? You'll win on yourself every time you invest in yourself. Every time. So he gave his possessions to the servants according to their abilities. After the man left, the servant who had 5 valuable coins took them and went to work doing business with them. He gained 5 more. Basically, he doubled it. In the same way, the one who had 2 valuable coins gained 2 more. So they went and did business with them, and they doubled it. But the servant who had received 1 valuable coin dug a hole in the ground and buried his master's money. Now, after a long time, the master of the servants returned and settled the accounts. The one who had received 5 valuable coins came forward with 5 additional coins. And his master said, the servant said, you gave me 5 valuable coins. Look, I've gained 5 more. And so the master said, excellent. You are a good and faithful servant. You've been faithful over a little. I'll put you in charge of much, and come celebrate with me. The same with the second servant. He came forward. Master gave me 2 valuable coins. I doubled it. And the master said, well done. You are a good and faithful servant. You've been faithful over a little, and I'll put you in charge over much. Come celebrate with me. Now the one who had received one valuable coin came and said, Master, I knew that you are a hard man. You harvest grain where you haven't sown. You gather crops where you haven't spread seed. But this is the key. So I was afraid. There we go with that fear. I was afraid. And I hid my valuable coin in the ground. Here you have what's yours. His master replied, You evil and lazy servant. You knew that I harvest grain where I haven't sown, I gather crops where I haven't spread seed. In that case, you should have turned my money over to the bankers so that when I return, you could give it back to me with interest. He's saying you at least could have got some interest on the money. So therefore, take the coins. He took the coins from that servant and gave it to the ones who had more coins, the ones that turned it over, who duplicated it. So the one that had the one talent or the one valuable coin that coin was taken from them because they buried it. Instead of taking that coin and investing it into the market, investing into a business, investing into himself, he hid it. He hid it. The same mentality that guys have in cleaners. Oh, I don't tell everybody what I do. It's a secret. It's a secret. We keep secrets. Why do I want to tell somebody what I do for? The game is to be sold, not told. All this ignorant stuff show that you're evil and lazy. You're not even willing to invest in yourself, the one thing that you have. That's what you're called, evil and lazy. So if you don't want to be evil and lazy, invest with the abilities that you have. Whatever talent you have, whatever abilities you have, whatever thoughts you have, whatever ideas you have, invest in those. If it takes your last dime, give it your all. Don't make excuses. Because you're going to reap those benefits. But if you don't, if you hide your talents, if you are afraid to release your resources, if you're afraid to take that risk in yourself, then you're going to reap an evil and lazy response, an evil and lazy fruit back to you. And evil and lazy fruit is simply lack. What you have be taken from you, always struggling, going through the same cycles over and over and over again. So guys, be willing to invest in yourself. If it takes your last dime, if you know on the inside what you need to do. Nobody should be able to tell you what you need to do, only to confirm what you need to do. I firmly believe that when you were created, you were already given your gifts and talents. Now it's your responsibility to go out and invest in yourself and double your abilities and double your talents. Now also in that same story, on down the line, it says those that have, those that double, those that invested in themselves, receive even more. So that's why guys get on there on these Facebook pages, they get on YouTube, or we're in amongst the groups, and they talk about what they won't do. They won't invest in themselves, or I would never buy that, or I would never spend money on a class, I would never spend money on a consulting like that, I would never do that. You know, on the inside, I just smile, and I feel sad for you, because what little that you do gain is going to come my way, because I'm going to gain more, an overflow. I'm going to double and triple. And what little talent and ability that you have is going to be taken from you and given to me, because I'm willing to invest in myself and invest in my business and invest in my family and invest in my life to the last dime. So you got to have that mentality if you want to win. You got to be able to lay it all down to the point of you're afraid, to the point of loss. And that was the other thing that servant had, was fear. And we've all heard of things of false evidence appearing real and all these different sayings to help you to overcome fear. But always remember this about fear. Fear comes from the outside. You've never been given a spirit of fear. Fear always comes from the outside. So don't be a friend of fear. Don't allow fear to keep you from moving in the direction that you need to move in and to invest in yourself. So the thoughts I want to share with you guys, and hope this reaches somebody. Hope this helps somebody to say, you know what, I really need to get up and do what I need to do. I know what I need to do. If you just need to take one step, if you need to take 2 steps backwards, but invest in yourself. If it qualifies as an investment in yourself, if it qualifies in you trying to double your talents and your gifts and your abilities, do it. And I guarantee you'll reap a harvest for it. Guys, thanks for watching. You can always text me or message me. Mainly message me on Facebook, or you can text me at 404-914-3103. And like my video, leave a comment, share your point of view on this. It'd be greatly appreciated. And I just want to reach out to some of the cleaners out there, and we got to change our mentality, and that's what this video is about. And I surely hope it helps someone out there. You guys have a wonderful evening. Thanks for viewing.